Are you familiar with the 80-20 rule, otherwise known as Pareto's principle, the idea that 80% of outcomes come from 20% of the effort put into something? You can apply this principle to business. You can apply it to lots of different things, including the outcomes on your YouTube channel. There are two metrics that you can focus on so that you can get a little bit more out of that 20% to get you 80% further down the way. So I've made 1,000+ videos on YouTube. And when I started, and at times when I sort of got off track, I found that I was chasing vanity signals to determine whether or not the channel was doing well, the channel was growing, or anything like that. I was looking at views or subscribers or something. But when I corrected for that, I found that it was easier to be less stressed out about my channel. As difficult as it might be, subscriber count only is really an external validation thing. People look at your channel and they say, oh, you have subscribers. But YouTube has gotten really good at putting big channels and very small channels on the same page. If you're a small channel that gets on the homepage mixed in with all those big channels, then what I'm talking about is going to really, really impact whether or not you get a click over those bigger channels. Back in the day, I did, 30 days of uploads, or, 2 weeks of uploads, or upload every day for a week, or Vlogtober, whatever it was. And yes, when I uploaded to my channel every day for 30 days, I did see the views go up and everything like that. But there's two problems. One, from a personal standpoint, if you're a solo creator, that's completely unsustainable. And two, after a bit of time, you're going to start to see a decrease in the quality of what you're doing and an increase in viewer fatigue. Because if people are seeing you every day and they're not getting the same value, then at some point that's going to start to drop off. So what should you care about when you are releasing your videos, when you're putting your videos together, when you're planning your videos? What should be that 20% that's going to drive 80% of your growth? Number one, and it's title and thumbnail, is king. I know that everybody says that, but if you can get a stranger to look at your title and look at your thumbnail and then instantly be driven to click, then that's an indicator both to you and to YouTube that you are doing something right. If a stranger can look at those two things and say, I know what this video is about. I know what the value proposition here is. I know what I'm going to get from this video because the title says X, the thumbnail supports it Y, and so therefore I know what I'm getting. The other 10% of the 20% is retention. In the early days of your video, in the first few hours or the first few days, you can really look at these as indicators of whether or not you are being successful in getting the click and then retaining the viewer. After a couple of days, you can go into your analytics and you can look at retention. The first 30 seconds of the video, the first 60 seconds of the video, if I see that I'm retaining people at a 60% or better rate, then I know that once people have clicked on the video, they don't listen to me and say, well, I don't even know what this person's talking about. I'm out of here. You want to be 60% or above for every video. And I feel better when I'm at 70% or above. Now, again, those things will drop down as the video has been around longer, but there's still a good indication of whether or not you're doing your job. So for retention, you need to start off by grabbing the viewer and saying, this is what I've promised you in this video, and this is how I'm going to give it to you. There are a lot of different ways to do that. You could be like, in this video, we will discuss, which is a very mechanical and not very inspiring way. But you want to attack people's emotions. You want to get to the place where someone is going to make an emotional investment in wanting to hear out what you have to say about a topic. Now, I just finished doing an iPhone video for my other channel, and my title was, I love the iPhone Air, but I'm still returning it, okay? And so my hook for that was a permutation of that same thing. And so I started the video with like, I love my iPhone Air. It's a very impressive device. I've really enjoyed it, but I am still going to return it. Then you want to start to lay out the beats that you're going to accomplish. And once I set that up, the viewer knows exactly what to expect. The viewer knows what I'm going to deliver. Now, hopefully I've delivered all that within the first 30 seconds. And hopefully in delivering that hook, the viewer is both intrigued enough to keep watching and is comfortable enough that I'm going to deliver what I promised in the title and the thumbnail, that they want to keep watching. For example, let's look at the last video that I put up on my Painfully Honest Tech channel. Let's see how I do with my click-through rate and my average view duration. With the way that YouTube shows your videos to the viewers these days, YouTube studies each viewer in the algorithm so precisely that they are more likely going to see your video on their homepage than they would if you searched for the topic. Because YouTube is going to put in front of viewers videos that other viewers have already clicked on and have already engaged with. And those things are also what's going to show up later in search. So again, it puts more weight on the title and the thumbnail than has ever been the case in YouTube up to this point. And if you want to know how much subscribers matter, my subscription feed is only 2.7% of the views that I've got on this video. Now, I have 24,600 views on this video, which is 2.2 times higher than usual, and more subscribers than usual are choosing to watch the video, and they're watching it longer, helping increase its reach and recommendations, right? But that's only 2% of the total views are coming from subscribers. So let's look at the click-through rate. So this video has been up for 6 days, almost 7 days, and it is a 1 out of 10. Average view duration, 6.17. That's 39%. That's average percentage viewed. Now, if you look down here at this chart or at this graph, you'll see the blue line shows you the average view, like how people are watching right here. And you'll see that 69% of the viewers are still watching at 30 seconds. And that is above my typical retention. That may not seem like it's all that great, but when you look at the views and you look at how the video has done, you see that it's 2.2 times higher than usual. You see that I've gotten 13,000 more views on this video than I typically would at my highest click-through rate. You'll see that I've got 2,000 more watch hours than I usually would. And then the subscribers and the estimated revenue are all right there as well. So in order to improve this for yourself, you're going to want to take a few steps to really think through before you get started how you're going to present the video to people so that they're going to see it on the homepage and click, and then how you're going to keep them watching. All right. So first, brainstorm 5 titles. Really think about the thesis statement. You might not have heard that since, high school or college, but the thesis statement, the thing that you really want to present, your idea, your reason for making this video. In this video, I will. Think about the thumbnail style that you want to encapsulate. Think about what you want to achieve in concert with your brainstorm titles, but you have to make sure that going into filming the video, you are going to be able to say the title and the thumbnail work with one another. Let's go back to my example here. So this video that I just was talking about, the title was, I was wrong about the iPhone Air. And then my thumbnail, I was wrong, okay? And I ran a test of 3 different thumbnails, and this was the one that won. You can now test titles and thumbnails against other options right here within YouTube so you can get a much better idea. Once you do that, script the first 60 seconds of your video. Make sure that it gets you from the hook to the promise to the body. Sometimes I like to have full scripts. Sometimes I use a teleprompter a lot of the time, especially if I'm making a video that has a lot of real technical points or a lot of numbers or something like that, then I'm going to use a teleprompter to kind of put those things in front of me, and I'm going to have most of what I have to say really well thought out. And if you're a smaller channel, I can tell you this. A viewer gives a smaller channel less rope, and a viewer is much more likely to say, I like this. This guy or gal doesn't have very many subscribers, but this video was clear and it was well paced and it was engaging and I got all it. So if you're a smaller or a newer channel, these things are incredibly important to be aware of. And I realize that it's difficult but you have to build the muscle memory to do that. So this week, I want you to go into your next video thinking about your click-through rate, thinking about your average view duration, and then make a decision on what is it that you think you need to change, and what will you change for this week? And let me know down in the comments. Is it going to be your title, your thumbnail, your average view duration? And to help you out with all of this, I have down below a link to my school community, which is free to join, where I have both a weekly plan sort of checklist that you can download to use this loop consistently. I also have a PDF to help you find the videos that you're drawn to make, and you can grab those in that school community all for free. And the school community is where you'll find out even more about the things that I'm doing in the future to help folks really dial in their YouTube channels and concentrate on the things that matter. So thanks so much for being here. Do hit that subscribe button to help the channel out, and I will see you in the next video.